Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From breaking news to transfer talk and match updates, we've got every red covered. If you live and breathe United, hit subscribe and join the family. Glory, glory, Man United. Marcus Rashford dreams of swapping Manchester red for Barcelona's iconic Blaugrana, but United aren't making it easy. After a lone revival at Aston Villa, Rashford wants out of Old Trafford and has set his sights on La Liga giants Barcelona. Talks have already taken place, but major issues remain, from his massive wages to United's firm 40M price tag. With Barca pushing for a loan and Rashford even sending a public message while on holiday, could this saga end with a last-minute breakthrough? Let's dive into the full story behind this summer's most unpredictable transfer. Marcus Rashford could be about to find that his wishes and those of Manchester United are not aligned as a dream move to Barcelona becomes a possibility. Both United and Rashford are on the same page over his departure from the club in the summer transfer window. But the nature of that exit is where the sticking point lies. Rashford has made it clear that he is keen to join Barcelona ever since concluding a long spell at Aston Villa. While his brief loan spell at Villa ended in injury, Rashford still managed to revitalise his career with 4 goals and 6 assists in 17 appearances. That suited United, who have made it clear that Rashford does not have a future at his boyhood club. After a falling out with Ruben Amorim, the 27-year-old has his heart set on a move to Barcelona, and his representatives held talks with the club in late May over the potential move. However, there are a few difficulties that must be overcome if Rashford is to get his move to Barca. First of all, his $325,000 a week wages at United, where he is under contract until June 2028, are too steep for Barcelona, who have struggled with La Liga's financial rules in recent years. Then there was Barca's move for Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams, who now looks likely to arrive in a 50-man move this summer. Williams and Barca's standout player last season, Rafinha, play on the left of attack, which is Rashford's best position. Barca boss Hansi Flick reportedly believes that rather than playing off the wing, Rashford could become a backup to Robert Lewandowski as a number 9. Lewandowski scored 27 La Liga goals to help Barcelona beat Real Madrid to the title season, but will turn 37 in August. Another problem is outlined by The Times, who report that United want 40 million for Rashford, while Barca are preparing to make an offer of a loan deal. His impressive form for Villa has strengthened the club's resolve that he is worth £40 million and that could scupper a move to the cash-strapped Catalans. United still have 68 days left until the transfer deadline on September 1st, so could draw out the negotiations. But they will be acutely aware that they could accept a loan deal on the condition that Barca pay Rashford's wages, a clause that would save them around £17 million over a year. Rashford has been working on his fitness by himself, but has issued a clear plea to Barca. Speaking while on holiday in Marbella, he was asked by Spanish YouTube channel Xbayer whether he wants to play with Barca wonderkid Lamine Yamal in the future. "Yeah, sure, everybody in the world wants to play with the best," the forward replied, "so hopefully we'll see." Alejandro Garnacho has just poured fuel on the fire at Manchester United. The Argentine winger posted a photo wearing an Aston Villa shirt with Marcus Rashford's name on the back. A bold move that's only intensified United's plans to sell him this summer. After a public fallout with manager Ruben Amorim and missing out on the Europa League final, Garnacho's days at Old Trafford look numbered. But he's not the only one. Rashford, Sancho and Antony are all on the chopping block. We break down the drama, the price tags, and what this mass exodus means for the Red Devils. Alejandro Garnacho's controversial decision to wear an Aston Villa shirt bearing Marcus Rashford's name has reinforced Manchester United's desire to sell him. While United have not commented publicly on Garnacho's contentious move, which saw him post on social media a picture of him in the shirt, sources say the stunt has only served to redouble the club's efforts to offload the winger. United want around 60 for Garnacho, but there is an acceptance that the public nature of his fallout with Amorim, coupled with the knowledge that other clubs know the Old Trafford hierarchy want rid of him, means it is unlikely that valuation will be met. A more realistic fee for United to accept would be around 40, which would count as pure profit against the backdrop of profit and sustainability rules, given his status as an academy graduate, having joined the club's youth system from Atletico Madrid in 2020 as a 15-year-old. The same is also true of Rashford, who United are trying to offload for a similar fee, but his £300,000 a week salary means another loan move. He spent the second half of last season on loan move is the most likely scenario, unless he is prepared to take a pay cut. United are also trying to offload two further outcasts in Jadon Sancho and Antony, although they are likely to have to compromise on the fees they can expect to receive for both players, or see both players go out on loan again, just as they did last season. Garnacho fell out of favour with United boss Ruben Amorim in December, and at the end of last season, when he was left out of the starting lineup for their 1-0 Europa League final defeat to Tottenham in Bilbao. Argentina star Garnacho publicly criticised Amorim's decision to omit him from the starting lineup in the wake of the defeat, which saw United miss out on European football for only the second time in 35 years. Amorim is understood to have had a fiery exchange with Garnacho in front of the United players, in which the Portuguese head coach is understood to have told the 20-year-old he had better pray he can find a club willing to sign him. That was the day before United's final game of the season, a 2-0 home win over Aston Villa, for which Garnacho was axed, prompting his partner, Eva Garcia, to post a cryptic message on Instagram suggesting his Old Trafford career was over. In an Instagram story, Garcia posted a picture of their son's United kit, accompanied by the message, "Last match," which was widely interpreted as confirming Garnacho is on his way this summer. Garnacho and Rashford were dropped from United's squad for their 2-1 win at Manchester City last December. But while the former worked his way back into Amorim's plans for the remainder of the season, there was no way back for the latter, who was shipped out on loan to Villa. Paul Pogba has finally spoken out about those Monaco transfer rumours, and his words might surprise you. Reports claim the World Cup winner had agreed a 2-year deal with Monaco, taking a major pay cut to return to League One. But now on Sergio Aguero's podcast, Pogba insists he hasn't signed anything. With interest growing, could he really return home, or is a shock move to Boca Juniors in Argentina still on the cards? One thing's for sure, Pogba's next chapter is heating up fast, and we've got all the details you need. Paul Pogba insists he hasn't signed anything amid reports the ex-Manchester United star is about to join Monaco. The Frenchman has been out of the game for nearly 2 years due to a doping ban and is looking for a new club. Most recently, he had been on the books at Juventus, but the Italian side have shown no interest in bringing him back for a third time. Pogba is now into his 30s, but has proved to be hugely talented throughout his career, even if consistency has evaded him. Monaco, who are in the Champions League, are ready to take a put on the World Cup winner, with Le Parisien reporting last week that Pogba was set to join the League One side on a free transfer after agreeing a 2-year deal. They claimed he had made significant financial sacrifices to secure the deal. It would be a huge boost for Monaco, with Pogba potentially returning to his homeland for the first time since leaving Le Havre in 2009. However, the player has come out and poured water on the idea of heading to the Riviera. He said on Sergio Aguero's podcast, "La Casa del Kun, I haven't signed anything, but there's interest. We'll see." Pogba has also flirted with the idea of heading to South America to play with Argentine giants Boca Juniors, citing their fans as a huge draw. He said, "In life, you never know. I love the people who went to see Boca's match at the Club World Cup. It's crazy because I went to Marseille, which is hot. Naples is hot, but Boca, I've never seen that in my life." The Frenchman's career is yet to hit the heights that were once expected of him. He first hit the heights when he left Manchester and excelled at Juventus, which prompted those at Old Trafford to spend a club record fee to bring him back when Jose Mourinho was in charge. However, his 6 years in Manchester were hugely inconsistent, and after claiming 2 trophies in his first year, he failed to pick up any more silverware. He returned to Juventus when his contract expired, but the old lady were not the force of old, and his stint was somewhat underwhelming. Pogba did previously underline his desire to again play for Les Blues during an interview with Sky Sports. He said, "I hope It is in my mind for sure. I have to be ready for that. There are players who deserve to play and I have to win my place back. I'm ready to fight. Jadon Sancho's time at Manchester United looks to be coming to a dramatic end. After Chelsea turned down a permanent deal, United are now preparing for crunch talks with Juventus and Fenerbahce. Sancho has agreed personal terms with Mourinho's Turkish side, but Juve are preparing a player plus cash offer, including stars like Dusan Vlahovic and Douglas Luiz. With his $300,000 a week wages weighing heavy on the Red Devils' books and Ruben Amorim planning a massive rebuild, United are desperate to get this deal done. Could this be the transfer twist of the summer? Let's break it all down. Manchester United will hold talks with Juventus on Wednesday after the Italian giants joined Fenerbahce in showing an interest in Jadon Sancho. United are desperate to find a buyer for Sancho and could be able to drive up their asking price by playing the two clubs off against each other. Sancho had initially appeared set to join Chelsea at the end of the season after spending the campaign on loan with the Blues. However, Chelsea turned down the opportunity to sign him permanently, deciding they would rather stump up a 5 NML fee than pay 25 ton for his services. That was an obvious blow, given Sancho is not in Ruben Amorim's plans and his £300,000 a week wages are a drain on their finances. But that disappointment hasn't lasted long, with Fenerbahce and Juventus emerging as serious contenders for the 25-year-old winger. Turkish media reported on Tuesday that Sancho had agreed personal terms with Fenerbahce over a summer transfer. While Napoli were reportedly put off by his wage demands, Jose Mourinho's side are willing to hand him a deal worth 10 million in 8.5 Bs per year. United are reportedly willing to sell. The winger could cost them £73 million in 2021 for just 27 because he only has a year left on his contract. And now it seems that Juventus are ready to challenge the Turkish club for Sancho. Italian media report that Juve officials will hold a video call with their United counterparts on Wednesday in an attempt to reach a deal. The old lady are in the market for a winger, and general manager Damian Comoli is ready to offer players in part exchange. Juventus are reportedly willing to offer striker Dusan Vlahovic or midfielder Douglas Luiz to United. Vlahovic is paid £215,000 a week, and Juve want to reduce their wage bill by offloading the Serbia international. United will be more than happy to barter for Sancho, who has been a major flop since the club shelled out to sign him from Borussia Dortmund 4 years ago. The winger has just 12 goals and 6 assists in 83 games for United, but still has a good reputation elsewhere. He registered 5 goals and 10 assists in 42 appearances across all competitions for Chelsea last season, helping them win the Conference League. And it was only his reported wage demands that scuppered a permanent move to West London. United need to get Sancho off their books, along with the likes of Marcus Rashford, Antony and Alejandro Garnacho, in order to help finance a rebuild under Amorim. They have already splashed out £62.5 million on Matheus Cunha and have offered over £60 million to sign Brian Mbeumo from Brentford.